Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and it's a 5x5 puzzle today, and Brigitte sent this to us with a kind of, sorry for making Mark really struggle, and I didn't know if that was a real sorry or a kind of, come on Mark, do a bit better, but she sent through another puzzle that is 5x5. Now, we're not using the digits 1 to 5, so it could be a bit harder. Well, I mean, I know it's by Brigitte. It's going to be a lot harder than a 5x5 looks, but the rules are really very simple, apart from the fact that we have to pick our own 5 digits. We will see how this works in a second, and I look forward to having a go at it, and I'll explain the rules to you. But first of all, I do want to tell you about all of our apps, which do feature Thermo Sudoku and Domino Sudoku, like today's. They don't have an irregular Sudoku yet, or I don't think there are any slow thermos in the Thermo Sudoku, but that's what we're looking at today. Anyway, there's also, of course, Fog of War, our latest one, and very popular it is too. You can get our merchandise on the links under the video, including the secret squared t-shirt that's special for this year, 2025, and you can get to SVEN'S Sudoku Pad as well, and of course, on Patreon we have Blobs' Marvellous Oil and Water Sudoku hunt, so give that a go at some point. It really is tremendous fun. Puzzles all themed on the idea of oil and water not mixing and not being on the same level of their cages particularly, but you can try that. If you join us on Patreon, there's that, there's the connections videos, there's all of the crossword videos, loads of stuff, some hard solves by Simon, and we welcome you there. Now, on the channel, we'll be streaming, I'm sure, at some point soon. Check the live links, and we've had, of course, the collaboration video with Matt Parker as a special, the Crossword Friday masterclasses. There's so much going on. Do just check out the links and keep in touch with the channel every day, because we're always doing something for you. Now, Brigitte's doing something for us, and she's sent us, what number am I thinking of? Brackets less than 3. I don't know if that's an answer to the question or if this is number 3 in the series, or I don't quite know what that means. But there we go. The title is basically what number I'm thinking of. Now we have to pick 5 digits from 1 to 9 and place those 5 digits in each row, column and marked region. The regions are not rectangular today. Now, these are slow thermometers. Starting from the bulb end, digits on a grey thermometer must either increase or stay the same. Digits can never decrease as we rise along the thermometer. Those are slow thermos. Now, Kropki dots. Digits connected by a black dot are in a 1 to 2 ratio. Digits connected by a red dot are in a 1 to 3 ratio. Maybe that is the standardized meaning for a red dot. Anyway, those are the rules. I'm going to give it a try now. We'll see how it goes. You can check the video length. Have a laugh at me if it's well over half an hour. Let's get cracking. I mean, I was tempted as I was reading the rules to go, oh, well, this is the lowest of the 5 digits. This is the second lowest. This is the third. This is the fourth. This is the fifth. That's complete nonsense because this is a slow thermo. So these 3 could all be the same digit. I mean, there's a reasonable chance of that, funnily enough. Are there any... Yeah, there are some law of leftovers things we can do, and I am going to start colouring just to see what happens. If I make that cell red, where does red go in the top row? Well, it can't go in the same region, so it has to go there. And then if I make this cell yellow, where does yellow go in the final column? And there's only one answer. And it has to be there. Now, where does yellow go in this box? This time there are 2 answers. No, where does yellow go in this row? That's a better question, because it can't go there and it can't go in the same shape, so it must go there. Now, we've got 1 more yellow to go in one of those 2 cells, 1 more yellow to go in one of those 2. So I'm going to half mark them like that. Should I have carried on with red? There is a red in one of these 2 because this region needs 1. Then there's a red in one of these 3, and there's obviously a red in one of these 3 as well. I'm tempted not to mark them yet. But on the other hand, I think I'm running out of easy wins on the law of leftovers. Maybe not. Let's make this green. I know where green goes in this row. It goes there. And that means, I don't know if this matters, that means that green doesn't appear on this thermo, because these two cells see all of those digits in rows and columns. The other three greens are crammed into this region. Oh, there may be an interruption for a second. Hang on one moment. Yeah. Yes, I thought I saw my son arriving home out the window, and indeed I did. Right, now, where was I? I was talking about green and saying the other three greens have to be crammed into this region. Oh, well, this region needs one, so that's an easy one. And there's going to be one green there and one green up here along with yellow. Interesting. Okay, well, let's keep going on this. Can I keep going on this tack? Okay, let's have blue and orange as the remaining, or blue and pink as the remaining colours. Blue there. If blue's in the corner, that's what we get out of pink now. I think this is probably the right approach. I'm not 100% sure, but pink in this region is in one of those two cells. Oops. Pink in this region is in one of those two. Now, I mean, I suppose we can tell those two won't both be pink because the one in the middle can't be. And although a slow thermo can stay the same, it can't revert from one to another. That's not something I've ever had to think in a slow thermo puzzle before. That's quite odd. One of these is pink. I suppose if one of those is pink, this cell, given the region colouring, is red or blue. In fact, these two are red and blue in some order. These two are pink and blue in some order as well. Well, not as well, but yes, they are. So yellow has a black dot relationship with a cell here. These two have a black dot relationship. I was going to say neither of them is the same as those two, and that's not certain. It's quite an interesting point. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, can these be a sequence of 3 digits? And I think they can. If that was yellow, this was red or blue, and that reappeared here. No, this would have to be blue, very specifically. It can't be red. If that was yellow, blue, blue, something else, red or pink, then it would be possible. Trouble is, are we going to have to get into numbers at this stage before we can finish off colours? I think we probably are. Right, the only things we know for sure from this are that red is higher than yellow, which in turn is higher than pink. We don't know how far yellow is higher than pink, but red is higher than yellow, which is in turn higher than pink. How is that going to help us here? I don't know. I can't work this out properly. Oh, this can't be red. How about that? This can't be red because it would be reverting to red having gone through yellow. So red is definitely in one of these two cells, on this black dot, in fact. And this black dot doesn't have red on, so it's not a repeat digit on a black dot. This is quite hard to mark now, and I'm beginning to wish I'd used letters. Oh, these two are definitely red and blue in this row. I hadn't really noticed that. There's pink somewhere here. And these involve either red or blue. But This one is not red because red's on that dot. That's what I've just learned. Now, if that was pink and that was blue, does that cause me a problem with blue becoming pink up here? That would be quite interesting. If this was blue, this is a pink, then that's red. Yes, that is exactly the problem. That is perfect. Right. Let me explain that. If this is pink, no, if this is blue, that's where I'm at. If this is blue, this is the only place pink can go in the row at that point. So that would be pink and that would be red. If that's red, this is blue in the column. And this would be going pink and then blue. Oh, bother. I thought I'd found a problem and I haven't. This would also be going pink and then blue. And they are in the same order. Oh, no. It does work. Does it? I don't know. Does it work from here? If this was pink and that was blue, this is red and that's pink. Yes, that fails. If this is pink and that's blue, this is red and that's pink. And that would give us red going to pink on a thermo, but we know from this thermo that pink goes to red as a higher number. So this is not blue, this is pink. Please be helpful. Well, it says that blue and red have a 1:2 ratio, and one of them has a 1:3 ratio with green. I don't know what that means. I don't know where green features in the hierarchy at all, actually. Pink goes to pink on this thermo. That's actually very unhelpful. One of these two is pink. Oh, there's a red-blue pair here now. Yeah, one of those two is pink. I can take out white. These, and in this column we've had pink. We've had all the locations for yellow and green. That is either green or blue. This is either yellow, I want to say, or red. I'm not 100% sure that it couldn't be blue yet. It's sort of symmetry telling me that. Now, pink before yellow, this can be either of those. We're not going to learn from the thermo whether that's pink or yellow. On this thermo, though, we've got blue or red, blue or red, blue or red, blue or pink. Oh, well, pink can't be higher than red. So if this was pink, these would all have to be blue. That is not possible because you couldn't then put blue in this column. So if that was pink, things are impossible because we mustn't have red in these cells and you'd get two blues here and here. So that's not pink. Right, now that's blue, so this is definitely green. This is going to unwind all of this stuff. Is it? No. Well, I don't know, some of it. Let's just see where it goes. That's not pink now, that's yellow, so that's not yellow. So I've got a bunch of red or blues left over. 6 cells still to determine. I haven't got any proof from this of whether red is higher than blue. Look, here, you'd think I had proof that blue was higher than red on this one. But these could all be blue. And blues would be in those positions, and the positions left for reds would work perfectly well. That's really strange. Okay, so I don't think I can resolve these remaining blue or reds. No, not by... Well, I don't know. So that was one possibility, that they were all blue. I guess the other possibility is that these are all red. And red is less than blue. I don't see why that's any different. I think these three are all the same as each other because those are the two possibilities. Once that is there, it's got to be the same digit here And it's also got to be the same digit there. Okay, these three are definitely staying the same. But I don't know if red's higher than blue. No, they're in different boxes. Oh, it's so strange. Okay, so now I have to work on the black dots, surely. And these two are interesting. This one is blue and red. This one is pink and yellow. So 4 different digits in this puzzle are black dot digits for sure. Now, if they were all from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family, none of them would be divisible by 3. And this red dot clearly needs 1 digit divisible by 3. That would have to be green. We don't know much about green. It wouldn't be 9 in this situation because the red or blue digit couldn't be 3. Red or blue would be 1 or 2 to link to 3 or 6. So it would be quite low. It couldn't be this. It couldn't be this because that is higher than pink and yellow. So it can't be 1 or 2. Oh, that's quite an interesting point generally. Red is not 1 or 2. So this pair is not a 1, 2 pair. Could it be, no, I was going to say, could red be 3? This would be a 3, 6 pair. Yeah, then this could be 3, 9. That's interesting. I think that could be what's going to end up going on, but it's a bit complicated. So maybe, I don't know if I ever got to the point of ruling anything out. I mean, I was trying at one point to see if these were from 1, 2, 4, 8, in the hope that I could rule that out and say one of the pairs is 3, 6, but I don't know what good that really does me at this point. Pink is less than yellow, which is less than red. So I'm going to say pink is less than yellow. So we know that from the longer thermo. So here we've either got 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6. I'm going to exclude 4, 8 because if that was 4, 8, red would have to be 9 and 9 can't be on a black dot. So there are 3 possibilities for each of these colours. And even that is quite interesting to me. Now, yellow has been pushed up. Well, the trouble is pink and yellow, where do they appear again? They really don't. They don't appear on other dots again, pink or yellow, in any of these positions. We've just got one of blue or red twice, the other one once, and green. That's so strange. If that was 3, 6, this would be untenable. Okay, that's a solid deduction. If that was 3, 6, the only digit you'd have left available for red, blue or green that's divisible by 3 would be 9, and that would have to go with 3, but that would be here in pink, and that doesn't appear here. So this is not a 3, 6 pair. Oh, sorry. This is 1 or 2, and this is 2 or 4. And I mean, we can fill them all in. I might as well. 2 and 4s in the yellows, 1 and 2s in the pinks. So one of these digits is a 2. And that means that this black dot is either 3, 6 or 4, 8. So all reds and blues in this puzzle come from 3, 4, 6 or 8. Now, I feel that if it's 3, 6, then green is, no, I was going to say green is going to have to be 9. I don't know that. We can't have 2 again in red, blue or green because it must be in pink or yellow. So there's no 2 on this red dot. Now, could it be a 1, 3 dot? It can't be 2, 6. It's a connection of a ratio of 1 to 3, and we've ruled out 2. So it's either 1, 3 or 3, 9. There is a 3 in the puzzle. Interesting. This is either 1, 3 or 3, 9. And one of the digits is on the black dot. Well, that must be 1 or 3. 1 cannot be on this black dot because 2 can't be on it because 2's in one of those cells. So the digit on the black dot that's also on this red dot is 3. And that means it appears in these cells. I don't know whether it's red or blue, but it is in both. And that's a 6 now. And this is a 9, isn't it? No, it could be a 1. I have to be very careful here. Right, we've now got 3 or 6 in red or blue. And that's a 6, but that's going up to this cell. That's a 6 as well. In fact, didn't we work out those 3 were always going to be the same? I mean, yes, they are. That's a 6, that's a 3. I don't know yet which of these is red and which is blue. That's really weird. But this must be the 6 at the end as well, because we can't go up to a 3, and we are going up to red or blue. So now we know that 6 is blue, and there it is. That finally recolors these cells, or finally colors them. And there we go. Red has become 3, and that is going to, get into the right mode. That is going to tell us on this long, that's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spot, light, losing its religion. That tells us on this long thermo what is going on, because 3 has to be higher than yellow, which is higher than pink. So yellow becomes a 2, pink becomes a 1, and the other digit in the puzzle, I could put another 6 in there. The other digit in the puzzle, which is green, now cannot be 1, obviously, has to be 9, and there we go. And that is a very clever a very clever puzzle. Do you notice, just before I put in these digits, that Brigitte's the middle of her name is spelt 1312, and all of those digits appear in this puzzle. Indeed, is there a 1312 string to sign it? I can't actually see one, but that doesn't matter. 9s, there we go. You solved the puzzle. The solution is correct. And that is really remarkably interesting. I don't know. I mean, it's possible I was floundering through that. I was perfectly happy with progress in that puzzle. I thought it was very clever, and I think the deductions we had to make about the dots were all relevant and about in the right order. I don't know. You can tell me different if that's your experience having solved it yourself. But it's a lovely sort of mean mini puzzle. I mean, the less than 3 in the title is quite evocative of this thermo, in which 4 of the digits had to be less than 3, and it was very important. But it's brilliant. It's great stuff, Brigitte. Well done. And I think I didn't struggle quite as badly as on the last one. I certainly felt like I enjoyed that all the way through. I wasn't like screaming with pain or anything. Anyway, brilliant stuff. Thank you for creating it, and thank you guys for watching as well. Always a pleasure to have you with us when we're looking at these variant Sudokus, which are such fun. And we'll be back with another couple tomorrow. Bye for now.